Chafing Amor Special Mini-Series, Descent to the Demon Webs. Episode 1, Mirror, Mirror. Welcome back to the Chafing Amor Podcast. I'm your host and inscrutable Dungeon Master, Michael Corley. And with me tonight is Dare. Dare, tell us, well, actually, how you doing, Dare?
I'm doing well, my faithful DM. We are doing excellent. It is just a little cool outside as fall has fallen. And so I'm looking forward to this descent into madness.
I am also looking forward to it as well. And Rylee, what's up?
Hey, it's exciting. We're getting into my favorite holiday, and we're back to playing D&D together.
Favorite holiday, Arbor Day. Yes, no.
Involves trees.
And last but certainly not least, James. James, how's it going?
Yeah, that's good. It's good.
Now, this is a special mini-series of Chafing Amor that will bridge the first season of Chafing Amor with the second. It will contain scenes of horror, body horror, death, and disfiguration. Listener discretion is advised.
But you're not going to kill any of the characters, right? Right?
Anyway, we open with a small chest. The smallest chest you can imagine. Imagine a chest just large enough to say, put a index finger in. And this chest is presented to your character, Rylee. Rylee, what is your character's name?
My name is Elenora Dawn.
A small kobold with 4 tails presents you with this small jeweled chest and says, "The choice is yours." And then yells out loud, "Smoke bomb!" Throws down a smoke bomb and disappears. What would you like to do? You see the kobold running off in the distance.
I inspect the chest.
Okay. Do you open the chest? It is not locked.
I go ahead and open it.
Okay. It is actually slightly opaque, like you can see through it a little bit. You can tell there are at least 2 objects, very small objects inside. One of them is a vial, and it has a very unambiguous label on it, a skull and crossbone. And the other is a platinum piece with a just incredibly tiny note folded up inside of it. And it says, "There comes a time when you must choose. Choose one or choose the other." And the implication is clear that one of them is to drink the poison, and the other is directions to the Horse Siren Inn. We cut inside the Horse Siren Inn at Emberfall. It is dusk. It is cool and brisk outside. Inside, there is a raucous singing happening. The partying has been going hard. The Harvest Festival is close at hand, and people are having a good time, despite the recent disappearances. And sitting at one table is a certain individual, James. What do we see when we see your character sitting at a table?
Sitting in the far corner, as far away from as possible from the merriment, is a dark, scaled, elfish-looking gentleman wearing ornate, locking armor, sitting at the table, probably ignoring a beer that was set in front of him, glowering and contemplating if there are any clues with these disappearances as to whether they are related to his quarry.
At your table, either on the table or on your person, is a small chest, about big enough to put a finger in. And on the other side of the inn, what do we see when we look at your character, Dare?
At the other end of the inn is one of the largest, ugliest half-orcs that anybody has ever seen. Scars across the face, a chunk missing from the side of his ears on both sides, irregular, broken tusks, almost mangy in appearance and hair, dark gray-green skin, more orcish than half something that's unidentified, and glowering at everybody and surveying the room, looking for things that could be people that could be slavers or pirates.
And just then the door opens and in walks your character, Rylee. And we didn't describe them before. What does everyone see when the door opens and the music dies down for just a moment?
In walks Elenora Dawn with her golden brown skin. She is an Eldrin of the summer. Golden eyes, radiant golden and brown hair. Stiff and looks like she'd be stern, ready to pick a fight.
Gotcha. She comes in and everyone just gets that vibe from you and they sort of part away. But a young elf comes up. It's a pretty young elf. She has long brown hair. One of her braids is in a tight ringlet of silver. And she looks very harried, but she nods to you and says, Can I get you a table, hon?
Sure, why not?
All right. She leads Elenora to a table fairly close to the center, though that's not what you're thinking, halfway between these other two. There's a moment when all of you look up and the barkeep, the bartender, stands up on the bar, and it is a beautiful young woman, and she begins to sing, and she has a gorgeous singing voice, and she just sings a song that is very old for this region. So old it may have even come from the Feywilds. That is when Elenora attacks Elenora. And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh my.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't great.
Now,
Elenora for 14.
Elenora for 14. And Gronk,
For 17.
17. And for Gan,
The 23.
23. Very good. Very good.
Nice.
And of course, I need to roll. Ooh. Having said all of that, you, Elenora, get a surprise attack. Now, obviously, Gronk and Gan, you both saw this. I apologize, the exact race. I know you're from the Feywild, Elenora.
Eldrin.
Eldrin, yes. An Eldrin comes in and sits at a center table. What I would like you to do, Elenora, is I want you to describe how you would attack this other Elenora.
She walks in and she just whips out her cat o' nine tails and absolutely leaps to strike without mercy, without waiting, without giving a warning. Just
Gotcha.
ready to hit that final blow.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So what you all see is she sits down, she pulls out, you both catch this, pulls out a chest that looks a lot like the ones that y'all have. And at that moment, the door creaks open again. And there's a moment where you both go like, wait, is this deja vu? As another Eldarin walks in, sees the one sitting at the counter, pulls out cat o' nine tails, and just crack. And I want you to roll to attack.
Alrighty. Okay. Let's see. That'll be a... Sorry, I have to find where everything is.
That's okay. We've been away for too long.
All right, that's going to be, I believe, a 19 to hit. And then, let me pull out.
19 will hit.
Yes. Let's see, there it is. And with her cat o' nine tails, one of the second whips around and casts Death Ray.
Oh. Just right to it then.
I love it. I love it.
All right, that is... Do you want me to read that off, or...
Please.
60 feet. It does damage within 60 feet. That will be... I think that's 5d6 plus half my level to critical on a 19 or 20, so I got a 19. Plus 10d6 and... hold on, sorry, these notes.
It's 1d6
1
Constitution damage.
1d6 Constitution damage.
Gotcha. So definitely roll for that as well.
If they don't save, it's 1d6 Constitution damage, and their Constitution lowers by that much.
Gotcha.
Okay, so 5d6, and then
And it's a fortitude saving throw.
okay.
Okay, they make their fortitude saving throw.
So it's
Made
just
it? Okay.
just the initial damage, not the Constitution.
Okay, and I still do the 9d4.
Yeah.
All right. On top of that. All right. Cool. Got to get all the dice for this. So the first 5. All right. All right. That's a lot. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 43 points of damage. 43 points of damage.
43
Done
points
with
of
the
damage.
death ray.
So describe to me what that looks like when a death ray from a cat o' nine tails hits this person who looks remarkably like you.
The cat o' nine tails whips around, waiting for no flinching, just ready to attack. It slaps into her, and for a moment you think it does nothing, and then slowly disintegration cracks through her as she absolutely gets hit with those 43 points of damage.
Okay. As that happens, the skin of this other begins to change and become greenish gray, and the head takes on an aspect of a bulbous form with slightly pointed ears. You all recognize this, though most of you have never seen one, as a doppelganger. And it snarls at you, and we now move into full initiative. And actually, Not-a-nor, which is what I'm calling them, actually goes first. They rolled a natural 20. So, which was pretty impressive. But they miss. So they actually pull out a wand, an honest-to-God wand, and fire it at you. But it is a attack roll, and they missed. So this beam, and I'm just going to make a... Elenora, tell me, highs or lows?
Highs.
Highs. Okay. Yeah. So they fire a beam, and behind you, you hear a blood-curdling scream as a halfling who was unfortunately low to the ground gets caught in this beam and just bursts into flame. And there is nothing but a charred skeleton laying there. A small charred skeleton laying there where they were a moment ago. Creature, since you did use your cat o' nine tails, is not in melee with you and is beginning to run for the back door, the entrance to the kitchen area. The tavern wench that seated you is holding up her tray like, ah! And the woman who was singing on the counter is like staring in confusion, and there's, of course, just absolute mayhem is breaking out everywhere. I would also like Gronk and Gan, I would also like you to make a roll, and I would just like you to add any wisdom bonus that you have. Just a straight roll.
Okay. It's 12.
Okay.
And 18.
18. Okay. So as all of this is happening, your battle sense just kicks in, Gronk. You're like, yes, and like you've noticed this before, that in combat, like it's like you're just aware of everything that's going on. You actually see that one of the patrons who was just returning from the privy, coming out from a side door, is actually being grabbed and is being dragged outside. They've got there's something, you can't see what it is. They're got a cloak, has a hand over their mouth, and there's like and they're being dragged outside. So you're just aware that that's happening. But now it is Gan's turn. Gan, you did not notice that.
But I still have an eye line on the fleeing doppelganger.
Oh, 100%. Okay. They're literally in the middle. You're on one side, Gronk is on the other. This is all happening in the exact middle of the open area.
He was not going to get involved in situation between twins, not his problem. But then it hit one of the bystanders and charred them to death. So he stands up in his chair and leaps up, and knowing that the doppelganger has to push through the crowd to get to wherever it's heading, he decides to continue up and fly over everyone at a fair clip. And as he does, his hand reaches out to his side. You notice that he's not carrying any visible weapons on him at all. He's just him in his armor and a backpack, which is probably sitting at the table. He reaches his hand out to his side, and in it appears a 10-foot long glaive made basically of energy. And as he approaches the doppelganger, he narrows his eyes and doesn't even speak to it, just decides that, well, this thing has to go because it's a menace, and swings at it to attack. He will get 3 attacks because high level. Let's see what we get here. First attack is 18.
That will hit.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
All right, and for your second attack?
All right. As if that wasn't enough, let's go 2. 13 plus, I believe that is a... There we are. It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 will hit.
All right. Rattle, rattle. Not as good. That is 21 points of damage.
21. If you slash into this doppelganger,
yeah,
trying to make their way.
This blade of light is just flashing as fast as you can comprehend. And this is the third attack, which is probably not going to hit within the 10.
No. So it does manage to dodge out of the way. Less because of your skill and more just because they're like, you've almost knocked them to the ground with the force of the first 2 blows, that they're able to kind of skitter out of the way.
Right, and the blade just sort of kind of just passes through them. It really doesn't even hit them so much as it just kind of the energy flows through them more than an actual slashing attack.
I see. Interesting. That will bring us to a Gronk. And Gronk, you, of course, see this doppelganger making their way to the back, and you also saw the other figure beginning to pull someone coming inside, outside. What would you like?
From which door? The back door where the privy was, or the
this
or
is
side door?
This would actually be a side door. So the privy is on the side of the building. So it's a third door because the back door isn't the back door. It's just to the back. So this is literally a side door where you go out to use the privy.
How far is the door from Gronk?
It's about 10 feet.
Okay, so Gronk sees that Gan, the guy at the other table, has engaged the doppelganger, sees that the Eladrin has skills, and so makes a direct beeline, flips the table out of the way as if it was made of paper, and makes a direct beeline for the side door, and after the person that was being dragged out.
Okay, your movement will easily take you to that, but what are you going to do as your action?
As my action, can I still see the person that was being dragged out, or have they disappeared from view?
You see them disappearing into the darkness beyond the door.
Okay, he runs to catch up with them and engage that person and grab hold of whoever is trying to kidnap the person.
Okay, so are you trying to grapple them? What are you?
Yeah, I'm going to grapple.
Okay.
All right. So that is a 32.
You definitely grapple them.
So he said, "What are you doing? Why have you grabbed this person?" And is very intense and has grabbed hold and is there any hood or anything or any identifying marks?
There is a hood which falls back. I would like you to make another straight roll and just add any wisdom bonus.
All right, that's a 21.
21. Okay. So this happens so fast you almost didn't notice it, but just again that combat sense kicks in. As the hood is falling back, you swear like it feels like there was like more under the hood, and then there was less, and a like a 10-year-old girl is under the hood and looks at you with haunted eyes and says,
"Please don't hurt me."
I'm going to immediately cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, I love it.
And who are you? And why were you grabbing this man?
Okay.
There should be a saving throw on that.
Yes, there is a saving throw.
It's a will saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They say,
Please, my name is Gwendolyn. I don't know what's happening.
So I can tell whether or not the Zone of Truth has taken effect.
It did not take effect.
All right. So I look at the other man and so the other man also has to
I'm just
make
gonna
a
say
saving throw.
Oh no, actually, of course. All right. Yeah. It did not take effect. But the other man is just he's just like pushing the person in the hood away and just going, "Get away from me! Get off me! What the hell is wrong with you?"
He grabs hold of both of their lapels and pulls them very close to his incredibly ugly face and goes, "What is going on here? And I better get answers now before somebody ends up dead." And I'll use intimidation on that. And that is a 22.
22. The little girl just bursts into tears, is terrified of you, and says,
Please just let me go. Please just let me go. I want to see my mommy.
And the other guy?
Despite the fact of his recent trip to the privy, he pisses himself. And is just sputtering incoherence. He's terrified of you. He thinks he's going to die. Do you have one more action? Well,
I would have 3 attacks.
Yeah, I'm kind of. We're pretty much out of actions here, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and move
Yeah.
on. So now it is time for Elenora. It's time for your first round in combat.
All right.
Just you have seen this interesting elvish draconian type figure fly across the room and lightsaber up this thing running away that used to look like you. And it's almost stumbled to the floor. It's reaching towards the back door. There's a cook, just not cook, but like a serving person, like starting to come through the door, holding like a big tray of mugs, and is like, whoa, as is coming towards it. What are you going to do?
I absolutely grab the creature, slamming him to the ground. So I guess that would be, hold on, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna hit with my cat o' nine tails again.
All right.
All right, that is a 16 to hit.
That will not hit.
Not hit. All right, then we'll attack again. Let me grab a different dice. That'll be a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. And then we'll go ahead and that'll be... I will cast Sleep with my cat o' nine tails.
Okay.
That will require a willpower save, or the creature will be asleep for 1 round.
Natural 20.
Dang.
Ugh.
Your dungeon master is like I knew it had some immunity, but one of them was not sleep. But it starts and it just like, and it stumbles forward and its hand reaches and that tray just flips forward and you just see like a half dozen like big tankards of mead just flying through the air as it's coming toward. Its hand is reaching out towards the serving lad. Do you have a third attack?
I do. All right, we'll try it one more time. Oh, that's a 13 to hit.
That will not hit.
Rylee, you still have to add your attack bonus.
Attack. I thought the attack bonus was +3.
For your
That's
third
just
attack,
for the
maybe?
weapon. For melee attack?
Yeah, with the cat o' nine
Sometimes
tails.
Sometimes the second or third attack is less, but
Well, it's always less, but depends on how much.
Hold on.
yeah.
The melee. Oh god, I am
Should be
so
11.
thrown out by the sheet. I am using the exact wrong. Oh god.
It's okay. We're all
Okay.
adapting to our new characters and such. It's fine.
Well, now reading the sheet right, I believe that will be a 21 to hit.
Now that will hit.
Yep, that explains why my attacks were not. Okay. Yeah, 21 to hit. And let's see. That'll be... it casts Dispel Magic, which...
Cast Dispel Magic.
yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Alright. That is 1d20 plus 15, so that'll be a 22.
It has
22
to be-
damage.
It has to beat a 22.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
save.
No, it does not. It rolls very poorly.
So,
You see like this kind of ephemeral thing surrounding it just kind of go out when you cast Dispel Magic. But you've already dispelled its its guise, so you can't
Yep.
double dispel that. But you did dispel something that it had around it that was beneficial. You don't know what.
Fun. Alright, and then I believe that was it.
you still got to roll damage.
Oh, I forgot that one also does damage. Alright. I'll get it one day. Nine,
Okay.
Well, it's the weapon damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. 12, 32, 33 points of damage.
33 points of damage. Okay. I want you to tell me, not to kill, tell me which limb you just removed.
I severed his arm that was reaching out, just straight off
Okay.
from the shoulder blade with a sick pop.
Oh, there is this moment where this hand, this grayish green hand, is just about to touch the face of this young lad who's just starting to get a beard, and then you just see the hand just boom back, and it literally slams into the opposite wall, the wall that you walked in through, and just slides down the wall like one of those old creepy crawlers. It's strangely like mucusy. You don't even know why. Of course, you don't see that, but you perceive it in the back of your head as this thing just howls and screams, and it is, I'm sure you will guess, very badly injured because you just ripped off its arm. But that will actually bring it to the creature. It is its turn. And it only has one hand left, but that hand reaches out towards the young lad. I love D&D. I love it so much. This guy,
Oh my God.
he shouldn't miss. He shouldn't miss. But he misses. That's amazing. Like, he's a dangerous creature, and this is a little, tavern boy. But if you roll low enough, you still miss, even if you have a high bonus. And it's probably because he got his arm ripped off.
That would be distracting.
But what you see, Elenora, is its eyes begin to glow and its mouth descends and its remaining arm begins to glow like a sickly purple glow, and it reaches out towards the boy. And what the boy basically does is he takes his serving tray, now empty, and just kind of swats him away. And then staggers back, but some energy was happening, and then it just doesn't happen. And the combination of the boy being very lucky and the creature being very injured, whatever was going to happen doesn't happen. It did not look good. But of course, this creature continues to run through the door. He smashes through the door, and he's looking left and right. And I want you to call something for me, Elenora. Highs or lows?
Highs.
What he is looking for is not there, and he howls in frustration and rage. And he turns back to you. He pushes his hand forward, and it just extends like Mr. Fantastic kind of extend. But it doesn't look right. Like, it's not just like it turns to rubber. It's like all of the bones are breaking at once, as it's making its way towards you. And you even see the pain on this creature's face as it's trying to touch you. And he's going to make a roll. And that is a 10 with his bonuses. What is your armor class?
That is 24.
It is not going to hit you. How do you avoid this unnaturally snaking arm as it comes towards you? You sense you do not want this to touch you. What do you do?
A matrix backbend, and she backflips backwards also.
Love it, love it. So deemed as you all see this, as you flip backwards and you just nope out of this, and that will actually be the end of its turn. That will bring it back to you, Gronk. The young girl, Gwendolyn, looks at you and goes, "Ah!" And its face turns into snakes.
What?
And not that it casts the illusion of snakes, that its flesh and bone and skin just morph into snakes, and they are launching themselves at you, trying to pierce your skin. And I also need you to make a save versus horrifying visage. No, it's actually only a DC 13, but still. A wisdom. Or not wisdom, sorry, wrong system. You know what I'm saying. Willpower, thank you.
Is that me or Gan?
Oh, I'm sorry, I said Gan, I meant Gronk.
Okay.
Yeah, Gronk.
All right. And that willpower is a 17.
Okay, so you resist this, and tell me how you... it rolled really poorly as well. Tell me how you don't get hit by these mini snakes coming towards your face and chest.
Gronk, in that moment, seeing the initial change, still has both of them by the collars. With his left hand, he takes the man that was being kidnapped and pushes him through the door, and with his right hand launches what appears to be the small girl turning into snakes high into the air, just with almost like a punch throw as he's pushing the other guy into the building and pushing whatever this creature is away.
Gotcha. It is not your attack, but I love that so much. I'm going to allow it. I love this. It doesn't damage them, but just like whooing,
yeah, it's a push between separating the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I absolutely love that. You will get advantage on your next attack because of what you have done. That's in lieu of giving you inspiration, because that's going to be really hard to come by in these. But that, it still has another attack. My God! Oh, Dungeon Master's back. It rolled a 7, so even with its bonuses, I ain't gonna do crap. So that will bring it back to Dan. Yes, to our light boy here.
Okay. One thing I forgot to mention: his attacks with the glaive. They're considered touch attacks, so it's against their touch AC.
I see. Thank you for telling me.
It just ignores armor, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Okay. So he's going to try and finish this thing off, hovering above it, slashing downwards with his glaive.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Let's make it a called shot and try and cut the other arm off, since that seems to be an issue.
I love it. Called shot.
All right, so that'll be a -5, I believe.
I believe a called shot is a -5.
Okay. Nice. So that's...
Oh, it says here it's only a -2.
Really? That seems low.
That seems right.
I'm going to give it a -5 anyway. Just because I handicap myself. So... 28? Does that hit?
28 will definitely hit.
All right, so that's 24 points of damage.
Gan! I would like you to describe to me what it looks like when you dispatch this doppelganger with your glaive of light.
Okay. He was aiming for the arm, obviously. The arm is stuck out, a distance toward the Eladrin. Mm-hmm. So he's going to basically hit it at the hand and sweep upwards and kind of like split the arm down the middle. And then he didn't know his own strength and kept on going and went right through the shoulder and the head also. Whoops.
And there's a moment where the head just stares at you, and then it just splits into two, and what is inside is not even clearly a brain. It's either part of the nature of a doppelganger, of its shape-changing abilities, or there's something very wrong with this one, because it's not a brain, as it just sort of out and plops on the floor. But that will. You still do have movement.
Right.
I just want to.
Well, he's going to stay a couple of feet above the floor for the moment, just kind of scan over the heads of everybody in the room, just to make sure there's no other aggressors around, and I'm not really seeing what's going on outside with the half-orc. So I'll just keep.
Give me a quick. Again, just a wisdom roll, straight wisdom roll.
Okay. Perhaps a spot check.
A spot check would be even better.
All right.
I like that. That sounds D&D-ish.
And it's no better than one of my wisdom save, or my wisdom score. 12.
12. Okay. So you don't see anything other than the very obvious combat that is happening with Gronk just outside. It is outside, but the door is open, and this almost kidnapped person has just been thrust inside, and you see the enormous figure of Gronk facing off with something that does not seem to have a regular face.
All right. Well, and that if I see him thrown in, then I will glide over and stand in front of him, facing the doorway, and just kind of protect him.
Okay. I love it. So that will bring it actually to Gronk. Speaking of which.
Okay. So Gronk will cast a spell at the creature and cast Command and tell it to fall.
Interesting. Okay. And that is, I assume, a willpower save?
Yes.
The Dungeon Master is back, people! Like, at the beginning of this combat, I was just rolling crazy.
Hey.
That was a 6. So the creature just immediately trips over its own feet and just boom into the ground, and you can see some of the snakes still writhing on the side. It was not an effect. It was not like, like a illusion. Like, its face is snakes now, and they are writhing in the ground.
Okay. And so for Gronk's second attack, he will leap and pull out his spear and come down directly on its back and put the spear through its back. And that is a 24.
That will hit.
No, sorry, 19. It's a 19.
Okay. That will hit.
To hit. Okay. And that is 1d8 plus 8 holy damage. So that is 15 points of holy damage.
Gotcha. The holy damage definitely burns into this creature. It does not seem to take extra damage from it, but like you can tell, it is very effective.
Now that it is in contact, all spells are dispelled by any caster within 30 feet.
Whoa.
All spells are dispelled by any caster within 30 feet.
Anybody casting a spell within 30 feet, the spell is dispelled.
Okay.
30-foot radius, or 30-foot diameter, 15-foot radius.
Yeah, the only thing that happens is there's a local, like, minor, extremely minor nobleman in the bar, and he was making his gut look flat. Just bloop out. It was like literally a minor illusion, and it just bloop out, and he's like, "Oh man, oh beans." But other than that, there doesn't seem to be any other magic, because what a doppelganger does is not a magic spell.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know for the future. So that will bring it to actually the creature. So the creature is going to take attack of opportunity because it's going to have to get up next to you. So first things first, you get attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Straight attack.
Straight attack. 17.
17 does hit, yes.
Okay.
16 does not hit.
And so, a little holy damage. For 16 points of holy damage.
Okay. It does not like that.
Good. Good. All right. I am done for this round.
Okay. So that. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. That was. You said this round and threw me off. That was just you. And so it was like it's the monster's turn. It's like because you got to hit it while it stood up. What is your armor class?
To hit me, he needs to beat a 25.
He has a really good hit, but his wasn't a very good strike. So his first one fails. And wow, even the second one fails, and he rolled better that time. So this thing just comes up, striking, the arms extending outwards, and the hands becoming these long claws, and it's just scraping at you and screaming through snake mouth. How do you avoid that?
As it comes up, he takes a balance step back and upswings the pommel end of the spear and just levers the creature up and away from him.
Oh, I love it.
And flings it like it's a doll.
Rip, up into the air, like a little kid playing catch. Okay, so it would help if I had written down these names correctly in the correct order. So Elenora, it is your turn. Another weird creature is just outside the door, and now in true fashion though, Gronk is in the way, so like you can't like throw something at it, you can't do your cat o' nine tail at it without moving outside, because Gronk is literally massive, and he specifically said that he pushes himself in between the bystander and this creature, but you could see past his shoulder, barely, and there's this hideous snake face monster attacking him. What are you going to do?
I am going to face step behind him.
I love it. I would like you to make a stealth roll for me.
All right.
This will be at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
Yes. So just make 2 rolls and let me know your stealth roll.
Disadvantage. Stealth. Would that be move silently in this one?
I'm sorry. Move silently. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So one of them's 15, and the other one is way more than 15.
Then you succeed. So your attack will will count as a surprise attack.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna use my cat o' nine tails.
Okay.
That is a 39 to hit for the first attack.
You know what? That's gonna hit. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Sure. I don't know. I could have hit harder. I know.
We could definitely. Yeah. I mean, wasn't that great? But it's okay.
Shoot. Oh. All right. Oh, and then that is. Oh, where did she go? Telekinesis. Target is moved away 10 feet in any choice of your direction. Is what's going to happen from the cat o' nine tails.
Okay.
All right.
So this creature is not nearly as powerful as the one that was inside. So what I want you to do is I want you to describe to me what happens when you just destroy this creature with telekinesis from your cat o' nine attack.
When the cat o' nine whips around, it glows a faint blue as she lifts him up slightly off the ground and absolutely chucks him 10 feet with the force so strong it slams him into the ground, and he is absolutely eviscerated into mush.
Yes. There is an incredible cracking noise, and that is the creature's back snapping like a twig. It twitches a few times, and the little snakes kind of jitter a little bit, and then it is still. And there is absolute panic, because of course this is D&D. That all happened in just a few seconds. There's absolute pandemonium happening. Horse siren. As everyone is screaming, and Jane, who was still standing on top of the bar, is trying to quiet everyone and saying, please stay calm, everyone. Don't, please exit orderly. Don't go alone, whatever's happening. She's clearly either the owner or an important person at the bar, at the inn, and is trying to calm everyone down. The young elf woman that seated you, or didn't seat you, seated the other one, is running to and fro to see if anyone is injured. Would anyone like to say or do anything before we move forward?
Gronk, seeing that Elenora took care of the creature, will turn his attention to the man he just rescued and to the room, go up to him and drag him to the bar, and go to the while she's screaming at everybody to calm down, he goes, "We'll have 2 beers." And forcibly sits the man down on a bar stool next to him.
Jane pauses for a moment, and then she goes, a round for everyone. Everyone sit down, and we'll get a round for everyone. And that free beer gets everyone's attention, and they immediately all fly into action. And the barmaid is trying to drag the the one who was impersonating you, Elenora, is very big, is beefy in its natural state, and she's trying to drag it to the outside, and it is very heavy, and she is struggling to get it out.
Seeing that, Gan will come over and lift it with one hand very easily. Where do you want it?
I was going to take it to the lime pit, not far from here, where we throw our, unmentionables.
I'll do that for you. I'll just put it out back for now and take it later.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Gan.
Gronk grunts at them.
Mm-hmm.
Search the thing.
Gan ignores that and takes the thing out to the back.
Okay. You also see the other body, still just ever so slightly quivering, but very, very dead, as you go outside.
All right. Gan will grab the other one and with the other hand.
And just out of curiosity, what is Gan's strength?
He has a 20.
Yeah. So I knew it was in that range. So this is just like that.
Yeah.
Up in the other, the 2 big beer barrels in each hand kind of thing.
They're basically bags of groceries to him.
Yeah. And one of that arm was still extended from its attack, and it's just going thump, thump, thump on the ground.
Excellent.
As you drag them towards the lye pits. There's a sharp, acrid smell as you approach, and it's clearly where they the parts of the pig that they can't use and things like that are thrown in here. It smells very bad.
He'll then drop them not into him yet, but just try near just short of the pits and get them a once over to find out if there's any identifying information or what have you.
Okay. You do find 27 platinum. And you find a diamond, I don't know, probably, if I was to guess, worth 1,000 gold.
Okay.
Or whatever that number is for, casting a resurrection spell.
Right. That's about right.
You're an adventurer. You know what this is. That's generally what this type of gem is used for. The one other thing that you do notice is that the platinum is stamped, and it's stamped with the sigil of the Queen of the Deep. The image on it of a beautiful elf woman looking into the side with cruel smile. Even in this simple drawing, you see her face mocking you as Lolth looks back at you from this platinum piece. And that's where we'll end the first episode of Descent to the Demon Webs. Great job, everybody.
Yay.
That was very interesting.
We are just getting started, people. We are going to have a lot of fun here. To my wonderful, wonderful listeners, for all of you who are joining us in this new chapter, this is a mini-series, which again is going to bridge the original Chafing Armor to the next ongoing series. Is going to be a lot of fun, and it is going to be a wild ride. We will be having some other people come in, and it's going to be so much fun. So please check us out on chafingarmor.com. Check us out on our socials, and reach out to me. If you have something that you want to ask, you can reach me at Mr. Corley, MrCorley, @gmail.com. But thank you all for playing.
Thank you.
Thank you for not killing us.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, you guys have no idea. You're really lucky that thing didn't grab you. Anyway, until next time, we will roll with you soon.